All right, guys, it's me, Slimmy V. I am not the one saying this. Uh, okay, all right. It's a couple of people who had taken this vaccine. They said that this started happening to them after they took the vaccine. All right, something called tinnitus or some hearing type of issues where it's like a high pitched sound. All right, I'm not saying this. This seems to be a concern. Is it a side effect of this? I think the CDC don't think it is. But these people feel like they're being unheard. Let me share their concerns on my platform, so that you guys can do the research yourself, or you guys can comment below. Are you guys, if you have taken a vaccine, is this one of the side effects that you felt or are feeling? I don't know. All right. I don't know if this is a side effect or not, but I think they should be heard. I think research should go into it to at least rule it out. That's scary. This is scary. All right. So let me play it and let you hear for yourself the concern that these American citizens have.
But first at 6, a story you'll only see right here on ABC 15. 10,000 Americans reported ringing in their ears after receiving the COVID-19 vaccine.
It's called tinnitus, but federal health officials say so far it is not a side effect. In an ABC 15 exclusive, investigator Melissa Blasius talks to tinnitus sufferers pleading for answers and treatment options.
Steve, first, there's overwhelming medical evidence that these COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective against a deadly virus. The people you're about to see say they are not anti-vaxxers nor anti-government. They just want to be heard and helped. It's louder than his car's stereo, and it's the sound Robert Edmonds can't get out of his head.
Yes.
Kind of sound?
Yes. It's a constant high-pitched ring.
This federal government employee came to Phoenix seeking a specialist, hoping for belief and relief for tinnitus that he says developed after receiving his COVID-19 vaccine. In Seattle, George Hu is kind of a COVID hero, helping create COVIDWA.com, a vaccine finder site for his entire state. George got his shot in February.
The very next morning, I noticed I started having what felt like congestion in my ear. And then it got worse by the second day. And the third day, I literally couldn't hear anything out of it.
A doctor prescribed steroids, and George's hearing returned, along with a ringing sound that persists to this day.
What you're going to get from me is the radical, transparent, blunt truth.
Mayo Clinic Dr. Greg Poland tries to dispel myths about the COVID vaccine, but he's not willing to discount a connection between the vaccine and tinnitus. Why? He got it too.
I can't tell with absolute confidence that it was a result of the vaccine. I can only say that it happened an hour, hour and a half after getting the vaccine.
The ABC 15 investigators heard from people all over the country who said they reported sudden or worsening tinnitus to the CDC's Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System, VAERS. In all, more than 10,000 Americans, including 217 Arizonans, reported. That's 1 out of every 21,000 people who got the COVID-19 vaccine.
It probably represents what's called an off-target inflammatory condition.
Dr. Elizabeth Connick agrees. She's chief of infectious diseases at the University of Arizona.
Well, they're not making it up, and it's very important not to have them feel marginalized.
The European Union's equivalent to the FDA, called the European Medicines Agency, looked at data from both clinical trials and the initial vaccine rollout. And they're now recommending the Johnson & Johnson Janssen COVID-19 vaccine add tinnitus to its list of possible side effects. Here in the U.S., the FDA and CDC have also been looking at the data, and they've actually associated the vaccine with several rare but serious potential adverse health effects, except tinnitus. They say there's no causal relationship between this condition and the vaccine. Diving deeper, lots of things can cause tinnitus, including head injury, sinus congestion, stress, anxiety, autoimmune diseases, and high blood pressure. Plus, ear ringing conditions are so common. The CDC estimates nearly 15% of the general public, over 50 million Americans, experience some form of tinnitus.
Some people spontaneously have hearing changes or have tinnitus or increase their tinnitus for a reason that we cannot explain.
Dr. Susan Schmidt says you'd have to rule out everything else in order to link a patient's tinnitus to the vaccine. The post-vaccine tinnitus sufferers we spoke with sought medical care, but they said providers were reluctant to believe them and unsure about the best treatments. Online support groups also hit roadblocks. George says Facebook shut down his group.
This is something that some people think is misinformation, but it is the truth. It is actually happening.
Some medical providers urge the FDA, CDC, and researchers to be open-minded and fully investigate these vaccine recipients' symptoms.
If there are side effects, we need to educate the public about them. We need to know about them so we can give people the right advice.
Now, 6 months after his latest COVID shot, Robert's tinnitus has quieted significantly. Knowing what you know now, would you have gotten the vaccine?
I would have gotten the vaccine. I just wish my doctors knew how to treat it, and I wish I knew to go and see a doctor sooner.
The ABC 15 investigators also contacted the vaccine manufacturers, Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson. All three urge people to report adverse events that could potentially be associated with the vaccine. Pfizer added that there's no evidence that tinnitus is associated with its vaccine. And Johnson & Johnson also said this, that it strongly supports raising awareness of signs and symptoms of these rare events so they can be identified and treated. It's also working closely with the FDA to assess potential updates to its fact sheet. Katie.
And Melissa, as they go ahead and start seeking medical care, are they able to find any relief from this?
Well, the people that we talked to say that the ringing in their ears has lessened or completely resolved itself in the months since their COVID shots. Though this is also important, that doctors we talk to say tinnitus is treatable, and whatever the cause, you should go and seek a doctor's advice right away. Katie?
Yeah, especially to get rid of that. It's got to be awful in the meantime.
All right, look, I'm not saying it. You've heard it. This possibly can be a side effect. Okay? Possibly can be a side effect. I don't want my video taken down. I just want this as information. I want to be as informative as possible. And this is why people distrust these vaccines, because science, as supposed to be, science is basically, you got a theory, you either prove the theory or you disprove the theory. That's it. You don't say, oh no, this is not a possible side effect, because there's other things like, prove it. That's it. Just prove it. And in the end, notice how they said tinnitus, whatever the name of tinnitus, whatever it is, right? If you have it, they say it's treatable. Oh, okay. So that means you should risk getting it and risk getting a vaccine, right? Okay, you get the vaccine, and let's say you do get that issue, the ringing in the ear, tinnitus, and let's say it doesn't go away, but yet the vaccine after 6 to 8 months probably wears out, right? So now you're exposed again. I don't know what to say. All I can say is, dude, they should chill out and put a pause on the mandates. And let me tell you another thing. We're playing basketball. All right, I like to compare these things to basketball. When you are a coach, okay, you're the head of the team, you're running plays, you're playing ball, things are not going good, they're sloppy on the defense, they can't score. All right, what do? Call a timeout. You don't let them keep going and get their ass bust. You call a timeout. So this is what I feel the government, okay, Papa government and Mother CDC should time out. Hold on. Something not right. We just wanna put a pause on all of this until we get everything straight. This is what I feel they should do. But they're not doing that. They're just pushing. It's like, yo, dude, you made a mistake. Okay. It's all right. You could, even as a player right now, I'm like, hey, hold up, time out, pause, hold up, whoa, hold on. Why am I hearing all of this? And the fact that you erasing it as if you already prove that this is not an adverse effect. You erased it. Why? People are tired. Okay. New York City has actually slowed down in vaccine. They're number 34th out of all the states, right? At some point, people were getting vaccinated. Now they're like that, yo, they pulling that time out right now, man. They're doing that tea. So the government should be doing that tea. CDC should be doing that tea. WHO should be doing that tea. Bring that tea, man. Time out. Hold on. Pause, man. Pause. But they're not doing that. They're like, they going, as if things are okay. Anyway, that's all I've got for you. You've watched this. They said it themselves. I'm not saying this is a side effect. They saying that they feel like it is. Not me. I'm just playing it. I'm just letting you guys see for yourself. Okay? And this is actually being reported by a news outlet. Not me. Arizona, ABC News. All right? So anyway, if you're not offended, you probably wasn't watching or listening. And if you wasn't watching or listening, that's your damn fault. I'm Slimmy V, and this is the most offensive podcast ever. God bless, stress less, and let Yahweh do the rest. I'm out. Peace.